All right, man. So, yesterday was your fake goat birthday, right? And Chris Broussard and Rob Parker thought they was. I mean, they felt the need to poke their chest out. You know what I'm saying on his goat talk, and you know we gonna cook them. You know what I'm saying? Gonna cook they BS, and you know, because they think they think they got a point. When you go and cook they point, they try and shut you up because it's not about having a reasonable discussion. It's about keeping their feelings intact. You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
Not close to the way Jordan did,
hold up.
and had one on ones with him and all that. But I'm just objectively looking at it, Rob. He did not dominate the NBA, not close to the way Jordan did. He just
What?
didn't. I mean, individually, Jordan led the league in 13 times in a category, Rob. 10 times in scoring, 3 times in steals. Look,
I'm saying, why is that your case? Like, what the hell? Come on, man. Listen, MJ dominated individually. He's never. What do you mean? Individually? How can you dominate individually when you individually cannot and has not ever brought your team about above 500? Individually, what are you? You're talking about stats. You're talking about stats. Then you discredit Goat James stats at the same time. All right. What are we talking about? Stats only matter when you're talking about your weak goat. Like, that's why your argument can't hold weight, man. All right? Dominated who? You talking about one man bands in the weak sauce 90s, man. Come on. There ain't no all time great on any all time great team that only always had to go up against and beat one man bands. And, like, there is no all time great that can't beat the odds. Huh? There is no all time great that ain't never beat the fucking odds, man. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Your weak ass goat was never the underdog when he was winning. What are you talking about? The Cleveland Browns? Them boys ain't nobody. The hell? Come on, man. Come on, man. What are we talking about? You beat Zeke when he was hurt. You beat the you beat the Magic Lakers with no Kareem when the team was falling apart. You never beat an all-time great team. So what did you really dominate? Like, you feel me? Come on, man. Dominate what? One man bands in the 90s, bruh. Never had a one man band on. When he was a one man band, he can't win more than 42 games. All right? Pip got to be top 10 in MVP votes for this boy to get some success. All right?
LeBron's led in two categories, twice, like once in scoring and once in assists. We talked
Le top. On top. What you mean top? We top 10 in almost every category, man. Consistence. Consistently. You know what I'm saying? Consistency. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? Like, use a stat you can't use a stat argument against Goat James. Led in scoring 10 times, got the scoring title. There goes your scoring argument, man. What the hell? Led in scoring 10 times, jacking up 300 more shots than everybody, damn near, man. What are we talking about, man? Huh? Took Goat James years to pass up your fake goat in shots, man. It took him like 18 years to do that, man. The hell are we talking about?
about the winning. Remember when LeBron had the great run in the East and he got to the finals 8 straight years? He locked the East down. The East belonged to him. Problem is, Michael Jordan did that with the whole league. Right. Like, it wasn't just the East. And if
What? Why was that? David Stern weak sauced the 90s for your fake goat. You could not specifically touch MJ in the 90s because of David Stern, man. David Stern brought the 3-point line to WNBA level to try and bring your weak ass go back, man. Try and bring these weak ass stats up for them weak sauce guys in the 90s, man. WNBA level 3-point line saved a whole lot of them boys' percentages in the 90s, man. That is a fact. All right? Your fake GOAT would be below 30% from the three for his career if it wasn't for the weak ass 3-point line in the 90s, man. Come on, man. What? Come on, man. You think these guys, they talking about a 4-point line. Been talking about a 4-point line for almost 10 years. You think these guys these days wouldn't enjoy a WNBA 3-point line? Come on, man.
If you want to go take a look, and you can say whatever reason,
Whatever.
say, "Oh, Michael, with the league expansion, they had all these weak teams. There were no good teams."
Yay.
Ask the 10 Hall of Famers, Chris, that Michael Jordan prevented from winning a championship. Right.
10? 10? Dog, that's 10 if you count them twice. That's 10 if you count Stocky and Malone twice, man. If you counted these guys up, individually, and you counted them twice, we're talking about a margin of like 30 to 10, man. Serious shit. All right? Seriously. We're talking about he's faced a third of the actual Hall of Famers. Okay? Only a third. Okay? All right? All right? I'm talking about plus 400 odds at the minimum in favor of your weak ass GOAT. Go James. Only favored in 3 out of 10. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Dominate. Look. And it's not individually. This is crazy. Your fake GOAT never dominated anything individually on a team level. The boy was never in his career a team raiser, a team carrier. The boy was always icing on top of the cake. When the boy left, the team won 3-2. Less games than the boy when he was there, man. And when he came back, they did worse. Huh? Come on, bro. Come on, man. The boy had the freshest legs in the NBA when he came in the building after he was practicing with the squad the whole damn season. Then he got his ass smacked by Baby Shaq and Penny, man. And you got your Jordanites coming out the woodwork talking about he was tired. Come on, man.
Forget about those other bad teams that you want to bring up.
Forget about, whoa. Forget about them. You see this? Forget about them. Hold up, man. Your Jordanites love putting a cape on with the cap, acting as if the East was, the weakest East in NBA history, even though the 90s East had 4 of those expansion teams in the East. All right? 4 of them. The Bulls won 72 games the year after the league added 2 extra expansion teams on top of the 4 they already had and didn't need. All right, that means a weak sauce 72 wins. The Chefs 73 over the Bulls 72, man. All right, because the Chef wasn't going against teams that wasn't even prepared to be NBA teams, nigga. All right, forget about the team. Forget about it. All right, forget about the team. Let's forget about the competition and let's just go at the top, nigga. Huh? Okay, let's go to the top. Everybody at the top level ain't winning chips, man. Everybody at the top level is not all-time great teams. Everybody at the top level does not hold a candle to any all-time great team in any other era in NBA history, man. Come on, man. 90s got one all-time great team. There is no other era in NBA history that can say that, man. Come on, man.
Ask Patrick Ewing and Reggie Miller and all those guys.
Get out of here.
And Karl Malone and John Stockton, Barkley. Charles Barkley. Ask them.
Man.
Yep. And
all losers. All right? What about the damn result? Now, see, look. You got these guys coming around. Like, what do you expect? Like, can you picture Barkley winning a chip? He's a lazy fool. You talking about Ewing. Knee knocking, knees bandaged up his whole career. Stocky can't play basketball with his left hand. Karl Malone We know how he get down. Come on, man. Karl Malone. No, he can't even get his own shot. Needs stocky to get his own shot. Who are you talking about, man? Nigga disrespect Kareem 2 chips because didn't go against your weak ass goat, man. Come on, man. Who you talking about? David Robinson got his chip when your weak ass goat wasn't in the building. Nigga, do not respect that chip. Nigga, give that chip to Duncan, man. Come on, man. Huh? Come on. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about, man? Huh?
It'd have been Olajuwon and Drexler had he Jordan not retired. And he dominated the best era of big.
Hold up.
Well, ask them. Yep. And it might have been Olajuwon and Drexler had he Jordan not retired. And he dominated the best era of big men we've ever seen, Rob.
Based on what? Based on what? You're talking about an era of big losers. So how do you have verifiability for that to even make for you to even make that case? All right? David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, like none of these guys are in consideration for the greatest big man of all time. None of them. All right? So what the hell do you mean? He dominated the greatest center era in NBA history, man. Hmm? What do you mean? They did not win. The big man era was, dominated by small ball. How is that even like how does that even make so why can't I say the same thing about the chef and the bigs that he went up against? He's going against some all-time great bigs right now. And these bigs, you put them guys against weak sauce in the 90s, and man, camping in the lane. What the hell would Dwight do if he could just camp in the lane his whole career, man? Yoke, MB. What in the hell would Dirk do in a 1v1 league, man? You put Brow in a 1v1 league. Kumpo in a 1v1 league, man. If I could put KT in a 1v1 league his whole career, Lord, what would I be able to witness if I put KD in a 1v1 league, man? What am I bound to see if I put Go James, nigga, in a 1v1 league, man? Stop it. What bigs? What bigs? Karl Malone, he can't get his own shot. Come on, what bigs, man? Come on, man. Look, they was doing their thing, man. But who? Who? Mark Eaton? Come on. Come on, man. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only one center that won a chip in the 90s, man. Come on. David Robinson, till end of the 90s, nobody respect a chip in the 90s that ain't get got against your fake goat. And, nigga, disrespect, the Shaq and Penny Lakers when they beat your fake goat because they said his legs was gone, even though he had the freshest legs in the NBA and was practicing with the team the whole year. It's that Jordanite logic, man. That's what they do. Jordanite logic must blow in the wind of your fake goat, man. And it don't matter which direction that wind blows, all right?
And that didn't happen back then. The big men always, Chris, had... Yep. They own the league. They own the league. And
based on what? Based on what? Your fake goat on the league. Your fake goat got the league given to him on a silver platter. He got the league given to him. Got the league's rules morphed in his favor. Centers? What? Which centers? What? Who? They ran the league. How could you say that? This is cap. What are you talking about? Look, if you was a 7-foot guy with any real kind of talent, yeah, it's easy. You just dump it down to the big man. He's too big, to be stopped by these little guys. Say, look, they can camp under the basket. They can sit up there and pound the ball for 20 and 30 seconds, no shot clock, and get the ball in the hoop. You can't just stand around in this era, man. All right, dude. What would Patrick Ewing have to do if he had to guard the space that he guards that we have to guard now in this era? Huh? What would Patrick Ewing do? He could barely keep up in the slow pace in the 90s. He had to tape up his knees in the 90s, man. What? This is crazy, man.
He came in and took it away from him. And yeah, yep, they own the league. They own the league, and he came in and took it away from him. And yeah, and I'll say this quickly, and then we'll open it up for the callers. Because a lot of people are big into saying now that Jordan dominated a watered down league.
Right. Come on.
The players are better today.
Yeah.
I'll give you that the players are more athletic today. I'll give you that they can dribble better, by like most positions can handle the ball better. But a lot of that's because they let you carry. I mean,
Oh my goodness gracious, dog. Are you fucking listen? Hold on, man. Look, okay. First of all, he said, yeah. He's trying to dispel the notion that the players today are better than the players back then. And first of all, he said, oh yeah, they more athletic. And then he said, oh, they do dribble better. Okay, look. And then he said it's because they let you carry. Like, dude, stop it. Stop it. All right? At points in time, AI's carry was egregious. You know what I'm saying? But it was so smooth with it. He shook people up out their shoes and socks. Got your weak ass goat still sniffing the ground trying to find his shoes and socks from the 90s, man. Come on, man. What the hell are we talking about, bro? Because they let you carry. Dude, you need to stop. You need to stop, man. You know what I'm saying? If them dudes could do half the things in the 90s that AI could do, they would be in a way on a way higher bracket. Them boys would have a way higher bankroll, dude. All AI had to do was cross a nigga up, ah, and he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, if them boys could do anything AI could do, they would have did it. They let AI carry. They changed the rules for AI. And I ain't talking about the zone. I'm talking about the carry. You know, they tried to stop AI. The hell?
Really let you carry. I'm athletic today. I'll give you that they can dribble better, by like most positions can handle the ball better. But a lot of that's because they let you carry.
All right. Now look. And then he said a lot of it. Like, dude, these dudes, they have to cap. They have to cap for their narrative because MJ does not have an argument. He does not have an argument. All right. You have to lie. You have to cap. You have to put a cape on because the fake goat is a fake goat, man. All right. Now hold up. Damn near every position has a better dribble, drive, and shoot. All right, every position by definition, by default, you got to be able to do something. To be considered a top level player. As far as dribble, drive, shoot, playmaking, it has to be up there. And even at the average levels, people can dribble, drive, and shoot. You have to be a specialist to not be able to do these three things, man. All right. All you had to do was the specialist was a dribbler. The specialist was a driver. The specialist was a shooter. You didn't have to have the combination. All right? The combination was not required. If you knew how to dribble, oh, yeah, I need you. If you knew how to shoot, oh, yeah, I need you. If you knew how to if you knew how to drive, oh, yeah, I need you. You know what I'm saying? Bro, if you could do all three, you know, you really up there. You really up there if you really know how to do them three things, And we're talking about weak sauce in the 90s, man. All right, and listen, if you could dribble, drive, and shoot in the 1v1 league, man, god damn, you on top. All right? All right? Come on, man.
I mean, they really let you carry. I was Rob. My mom is 78 years old,
and she's watching
dementia. and we watch the game, and she can't stop talking about, look at how they carrying the ball.
And that unbelievable, Chris. That's unbelievable.
79, 8-year-old lady with dementia, and she's right. And so that.
Do I believe this? No. All right. I do not believe it. What he's saying.
Enables you to handle the ball a lot better. Rob, they could hand check. They
Oh
could
my
hand
goodness.
check. So eat all this shake and bake you do.
No, you couldn't. All right. No, you couldn't. All right. Listen. Hand checking was abolished in 1979. The league called hand checking in the 80s and 90s. The league did let hand checking go on a higher level than they did in this era today because defenders in the 90s, even though it was a 1v1 league, could not move their feet on the level that defenders on average can do in these days, man. All right? But guys these days is they since the ref's gonna call a foul, gonna call hand checking almost every rip, they slide their feet. Like there ain't no there ain't no obfuscation of movement unless you're bumping. Like and you couldn't really do that shit against the top level players in the 90s, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
And creating space, that wouldn't be happening if you could hand check.
You used to be able.
Hold up. That is not true. That is not true. If you actually can hand check, I mean, if you're actually close enough to hand check somebody, you are too close. Like, what don't you understand? What like why are you guys so disingenuous? You have to be disingenuous with your argument, man. Look, if you guard Kobe so close to where you on his back, he's just gonna spin and go and blow by you. He's too fast. You think you can guard? Why would you even try and guard Katie that close? Dumbass. Like, dude. I mean, where are you when you're guarding when you're trying to do this hand check shit? Like, you definitely better not be on the perimeter. Like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, hand checking ain't even lucrative. Like, it's gonna get you cooked because you're too close. You can't like you have to have space. Like you have to be able to read and react. These guys like I say the dribble, drive, and shoot. Like there's a lot of things that goes into that. You know you can dribble in different directions, and you can drive. You got the driving ability with the dribble capacity to maneuver on the court in different ways. Like you don't like people in the 90s didn't have to worry about somebody slithering all through the defense with the ball. Like you know you don't see that. You see a whole lot of clunkiness. You know, come on, man.
To put a hand like this, Chris, on your back, and then they changed it to the bent elbow.
Right. Yep. So, I think the teams then were just as good. They played better team basketball. Guys are.
This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. How? How? When you didn't even the big threes in the 90s was never heard of. It was never a thing, man. Never. All right. Like, come on, man. Only big three was your fake ghost team. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? How was teams just as good? Dude, average less points, shoot worse, worse talent, worse athletes. Like, how could you say that? Less winners. The boys ain't even win. All right? Losers you're talking about. You're talking about losers. Like, this is crazy. You know? And they played better team defense. You wasn't even and they played better as a team. Dude, you wasn't even able to play as a team on defense in the 90s. Like, played better as a team. Dude, it was a 1v1 league in the 90s. How could you say that? Like, played better hold on. Played better as a team, But you're talking about how much of an individual your fake goat is. All right, your fake goat ain't never did anything individual, like until he got his team. All right, and his team, you know, spread the floor for him so he can go 1v1. You know, his team pushed, took everybody on one side of the court while he goes 1v1. You know, uh, like dude, you can't help. By the time you can help, it's too late. You know, what are we talking about? How is that better? How is that a better squad? Better squads, man. You know.
More athletic, they shoot better, they handle better, but they played team basketball better back then. And Rob, you know this, there was some athletes back then too. Don't.
Of course. Listen. Of course. Listen. What do you mean? Like, so they was just as good back then, but they're better now. Like, did you hear this? He said we can dribble, drive, and shoot better, but they was better back then because they played as a team better, even though you couldn't play as a team by the definition of the rules. Let's run this back, man. This is crazy.
Back. And then they changed it to the bent elbow. Right.
Yep. So, I think the teams then were just as good. They played better team basketball. Guys are more athletic, they shoot better, they handle better, but they played team basketball better back then. And Rob, you know this, there was some athletes back then too. Don't act like dudes couldn't jump, dudes weren't quick, dudes weren't strong. There were athletes then too who were tremendous, and they knew how to play as a team better than the guys today. 5-man basketball. All right.
All right, man. Look. Anyways, it's crazy, man. Look, you know, Jordanite logic cannot be like underline that cannot, italicize that cannot, capitalize that cannot. No cap on that capitalization, man. It can't be logical because they're so emotional about your fake goat, man. It's just, I mean, it's crazy, man. You know how these guys will hold on to their narratives, you know, whether they are false or fact, you know, just to keep the fake goat's legacy intact, man. And when you cook them on their shit, you know, they gets mad and, you know, man, it gets ugly, man. It gets ugly when you're cooking your fake goat.